Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm showing y'all how I created this beautiful bronze look. So without further ado, we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting this off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is all clean, we're just gonna start on her eyebrows. And to fill in her eyebrows, I'm using my Nicka K brow pencil, and it's in the shade Black. When outlining your client's eyebrows, you want to keep the line to as close to the eyebrows as you can. Sometimes I do overline a little bit depending on my client's natural brow shape. You know, some people don't really have an arch, so I'll raise the arch if I need to, but as y'all can see, my client has beautiful brows. So when it comes to her eyebrows, I really don't have to do too much. Y'all know I love to overline at the front. It just helps with the ombre effect, and I like to outline both of the brows first, just to try to get them as symmetrical as possible before filling them in. Now that both of the brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling in all the sparse areas. I'm going to be going in with a lighter shade brow pencil, and I'm using this to fill in the front of her brows. This also helps with the ombre effect. If you would like to go in with the same shade throughout the entirety of the eyebrow, just make sure that you loosen up your wrist when you get to the front, okay? You want your strokes to be lighter than they were in the back, and blend everything out with the spoolie and you should be good. I'm taking some clear eyelash glue, and I'm using this to lay her brow hairs down in place. If you would like to use brow gel, you can, but from my experience, y'all, this glue is going to keep those brows in place all day, and it comes off with soap and water, so y'all don't have to be too scared. I recommend you use this. This is personally the best brow gel that I've ever used. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two concealers. One is from LA Girl and the other one is from Nicka K. First, I'm going with the LA Girl concealer in the shade Porcelain, and I'm using this to clean up underneath her arch. Now to clean up the remainder of the way, I'm just going in with that Nicka K concealer in the shade 07. Now that the brows are nice and clean, I'm taking some of my RCMA no color powder and I'm applying this to the front of her brows to lighten them up, and I'm also using it to set the concealer around her brows in place. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Rose. And I'm just applying this throughout her lids. You want to take your time when blending it out because you want to create an even base so you can have even eyeshadows. And with this product, I work one eye at a time because it does dry very quickly. I apologize for our conversation in this video, but y'all know this is my sugar lump, okay? She gonna talk to me, and it don't matter if I put tape on her mouth. We're gonna find a way to have a nice little kiki, but we got the job done, period. So now I'm going in with my P.Louise base, and I'm applying this to the inner corners of her eyes. For this look, I'm going in with this colorful palette, and I do not know the name of it, so I'll try to have it in the description box down below. And I'm pretty sure I got it from AliExpress, but I'm first going in with this peach shade, and I'm using it to set her inner corners. Now I'm going in with this reddish brown shade, and I'm using it as my transition. As y'all can see, the eyeshadows are very pigmented, so I highly recommend this palette. If I can find a link, I'll try to have it in the description box as well, but if I can't, then I'm gonna just leave the name of the palette. I'm going in with the deepest brown shade in the palette, and I'm adding it into her crease, and I'm gonna start dragging it up towards like the front of her eyebrow. You want to create like a round shape. I wanted her crease to be a little deeper, so I'm going in with the dark brown shade from my SheGlam Smart Cookie palette, and it's in the shade Devil's Food. I'm taking my Nicka K concealer, which I believe is in the shade number 11. It's either number 11 or number 12, y'all. And I'm applying this onto her lids. This is just going to be the base shade of our smoky eye. I'm sorry I forgot to refocus my camera, but the picture ended up getting refocused after this step, and y'all can still pretty much get a gist of what I'm doing. After that, I'm going in with this sparkly brown eyeshadow from the palette, and I'm just applying it right on top of the concealer. So I decided to be a little adventurous and go in with one of the pressed glitters from the palette. As you can see, I just applied it using my fingers. To me, that's the best way to apply a pressed glitter because for some reason they don't really pick up on eyeshadow brushes. But as you can see, y'all, it's very pretty and it's very hard to blend out, so I made sure that I kept it in the center of her lids. To top off this eyeshadow look, I'm going in with my Ashley Lee pigment in the shade Celestial, and I just tapped it right on top of that glitter. As y'all can see, it's just it gave everything it needed to give. Okay, I thought this combination was so pretty, literally left me speechless. And you did not have to go in with an adhesive or anything. You can just go directly in with the pigment. last but not least, I'm taking this black liquid liner from Shein, and I'm using this to line her eyes. I didn't want to do a wing or anything, so I'm just doing a regular line, and I'm going to blend the end of it into her eyeshadow. Now I'm taking some black eyeshadow, and I'm using it to blend out the end of the liner. Moving on to the face. To hydrate her face, I'm going in with my Pond's moisturizer. And y'all already know I love to use a generous amount, okay? We care about your skin over here. We want to make sure that it's nice and hydrated, not lacking of any thirst. So I'm going in and I'm just applying this onto her face. And I'm going to take a dense foundation brush to really rub it into her skin. To prime her face, I'm going in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. As y'all can see, it's on this last little life, but we're gonna get every little inch of product up out of that bottle. And I'm applying it to her T-zone. You want to apply this to the areas of the face that would typically like get oily. I'm going in with my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm using it to further set the oily areas of her face. I'm taking my Nicka K concealer in the shade number 7, and I'm using this to balance out her skin before we get into the foundation. For her foundation, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Spicy Brown. To blend the foundation out, I'm just going in with a dense foundation brush. I like to use brushes instead of sponges because I feel like you get more of a full coverage blend when it comes to the brush versus a sponge. But if you would like to use a sponge, you can. I don't know what we be talking about, y'all, but them conversations be so good. Like, they be so good for real. I do not play when it come to my RCMA, okay? My brushes love that little face. To highlight her face, I'm going in with the same concealers that I used to clean up her eyebrows, and I'm just going to be mixing them together. So first I'm going in with the Nicka K concealer, which was in the shade 07, and once I have it, I'll apply it to her face. I'm going to be going on top of it with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Porcelain. To blend out the concealers, I'm just going in with the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation, just to create a nice seamless blend. I'm going in with my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Katsina, and I'm using it to sculpt out her nose. Once I've mapped out my contour lines, I like to blend them out using whatever excess product that I have left on my foundation brush, just so they're not too harsh. And then I go back in with a little bit more of whatever product I have left on my concealer brush, and I use it to define the middle. Now that I'm finished with the contour, I'm just going to blend out the concealer that I have sitting underneath her eyes. To set the concealer in place, I'm going in with my Morphe loose powder in the shade Banana Rich. To lighten it up a little bit, I'm going on top of Banana Rich with my Morphe loose powder in the shade Banana. To contour her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance contour palette in the level light to medium. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with my Fenty Loose powder in the shade Hazelnut. I'm going in with a little bit of blush. This is from my Juvia's Place Saharan blush palette. I like to mix the orange shade and the burgundy shade and just apply it to the apples of the cheeks. Next, I'm taking my Nicka K black gel liner on this disposable lip wand, and I'm using it to line her waterline. Then I'm going to be going in with some brown eyeshadows, and I'm using them to smoke out her lower lash line. Now I'm just going to go ahead and dust away all of the powder. And normally after this, I would go in with my setting spray, but I guess I forgot. This is what happens when you're talking too much, y'all. But now I'm going in with my black liquid liner, and I'm using it to put her beauty mark back in place. Y'all know I love that little beauty mark. And now I'm just adding a little highlighter onto her face. I like to use my Bperfect highlighter. Last but not least, it's time to do the lips. So I'm going in with my Ruby Kisses cream foundation, and I'm using it to outline her lips. As y'all can see, I'm just applying it using this disposable lip wand. For the center of her lips, I'm going in with my Absolute New York liquid lipstick in the shade Terrecotta, and I'm just going to try to work it into that liner. And then I'm going to go on top of it with a pale pink lip gloss, and it comes from the brand OZ Lab, and I believe it's in the shade number 1. You can find them both at your local beauty supply store. I'm gonna have her press her lips together to help me blend everything out. And once I have it all blended, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be stepping into the grand reveal. And let me just tell y'all how she tried to rush my grand reveal. She ain't even let me ask her if she was ready. You know what? Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
Yes, I'm ready to see.
Oh my God, can I ask?
I've been ready. Here you go. Ahead and ask.
You ready to see?
Yes. Oh yes, it's giving almond girly.
Okay.
Part
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Rhiannon.
Yeah. This is cute.
You do look like
her.
I
just noticed like the sparkle at the top.
You ain't know you had
no,
glitter
kind of from the back. This is cute. I love this.
You need to go somewhere.
Mm.
Get outside.
This is cute. Like, y'all, she's always trying to get me to go outside. Don't hang out with her. This is cute. I love it.
Okay, queens, we made it to the end of the video, and as y'all can see by my girl's reaction, this tutorial was another success, y'all. I think this look came out so pretty, and it's perfect for any occasion. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my social media platforms, and stay tuned for my next one. Bye bye, queens.